To access your time off request, press the My Account button in the Start widget, and then press My Time Off Request link. Or, press My Time Off Request from the menu. You will then navigate to your time off request page seen here. At any time, you can press the arrow beside the time off request title to return to the home screen. To request time off work, press on the Choose box at the top of the page under the time off type. Note, you can change the time off type later in the request process. A pop-up window will appear on screen allowing you to select the time off type. Select one of the following options seen here that best describes the situation. Once the time off type has been selected, the window will disappear, and the selection will populate in the box. Press on the Start Request button at the bottom of the page to continue. Upon pressing the Start Request button, a new pop-up window will appear on screen. From here you will see your schedule for the selected day. The time off type will already be populated based on the selection from the previous steps in the request process. Press on the Request Type drop-down menu and select either Full Day, Multiple Days, or Partial Day. For this example, the Full Day option is selected. Next, press on the calendar under the date title to choose the day you would like to request off. Note, total time for full day requests defaults to 8 hours. If you need to request more than 8 hours, use the multiple days request type. Optional? Leave a comment to your supervisor as to the reason for the request. Finally, press the Submit Request button at the bottom of the window to submit it to your supervisor for final approval. A message will appear on the screen signifying the successful submission of the time off request. For the multiple days request type, the view for the window will be slightly different from the full day selection. Press on the calendar under the From section to choose the starting day you would like to request off, and then press on the calendar under the To section to choose the ending day. Press on the box under the hours per day to input the number of hours per day you would like to request off. This will be different for everyone depending on the number of hours you work normally. Optional? Leave a comment to your supervisor as to the reason for the request. Finally, press the Submit Request button at the bottom of the window to submit it to your supervisor for final approval. A message will appear on the screen signifying the successful submission of the time off request. For the partial day request type, the view for the window will be slightly different from the full day selection. Press on the calendar under the date title to choose the partial day you would like to request off. Press on the box under the total hours to input the number of hours you would like to request off for the date selected. Optional, leave a comment to your supervisor as to the reason for the request. Finally, press the Submit Request button at the bottom of the window to submit it to your supervisor for final approval. A message will appear on the screen signifying the successful submission of the time off request. Upon submitting the request, the vacation time will auto-populate onto the calendar on the same page. Selecting the day, as seen here, will bring up a small pop-up giving more detail about the time off request. You can delete the request before and after it has been approved by the supervisor. Other days off such as weekends, will be grayed out, signifying that you are off that day. If you are an essential employee scheduled to work on a weekend or holiday, your calendar will look different from others. Once supervisor approval has been made, the requested day off will change from striped to a solid colored background and the accrual balance will change according to the requested time off.